fans always in attendance wherever the teams play across the country. They have traveling fans. Cobus Wiese has big dreams for his future, to join perhaps his brother in the Springbok setup, the brother of Jasper Wiese. And to get us underway, formerly of Paul Jim, it is Yuri Matier who sends it high, and Willie the Roux under pressure takes it well. Oh, the counterattack there from the Stormers is tremendous! What a start!
Van Rus getting the plaudits there, isolating Willie le Roux in the middle of the field. Center kickoff, something you don't often see of the Stormers. Normally go deep right onto the pod. Nice little plan, flooding through the breakdown. Good reward, getting the early penalty, clever kickoff.
Sealing off and playing the ball back.
Well, in the last game between these two sides, it was the Stormers who were caught napping. An early try from Cobus Wiese. This time they've started with serious intent. Yuri Matier. Nice and easy, he slides it home. And the Stormers start on the front foot.
Left, right. Left, right. Okay, thanks.
David Creel has taken on a plethora of kicking duties of late in the Bulls jersey. Will get us restarted. Wandisile Simelane under the ball for the Stormers. Formerly of the Lions, who have their own rivalry, of course. A Yekske derby between the Lions and the Bulls this time. The North-South derby for Simelane as it's cleared into touch by Stefan Ungara.
All right. It's a knock and I missed on the ground by Stormers.
I was about to say the contrast in kickoff styles and how efficient that exit was. And this is where your core skills gets tested to the max. Wet underfoot, two hands. Wandile Simelane, hold it close to your chest, push it out a little bit later. You've got to buy yourself some more time on the ball. We get so used to, in South Africa at least, playing on dry surfaces. One hand normally is good enough, not tonight.
All right, the conditions is not favorable for everybody. Let's work together, feet underneath yourself, keep it up.
Before the first scrum, players clearing the mud out of their boots. It is going to be a challenging day for handling and for keeping your feet. Let's see how it goes at scrum time, which will of course be so crucial. Both sides pride themselves on this set piece.
Left of the mark, there's a space for you to go in, okay? Crouch! Fight! The problem is Netling. Right. I'm happy that there is equal bind, okay? There's no deload from them. Netling, I'm happy that the deload is fine. Keep the gap on that side, okay?
The first reset, it shall not be the last.
We were waiting beforehand, and we've got to count on the resets. Such a pivotal part for the Stormers if they want to compete tonight.
Left of the mark, you are left. We are
got
fine.
taught the proper lesson
Crouch!
by the Bulls down in Cape Town.
Fight! Sit! Keep it up! Keep it up!
Referee Griffin Colby making sure everything is ship-shape at scrum time. The Stormers come rolling through and the penalty goes against them.
Number one collapsing. Number one collapsing.
Way better intent by the Stormers. Quite passive in the hit down in Cape Town. Different game, different energy.
There was a hook, but
super aggressive on the hit. And it must have been an assistant referee call from the other side on Alistair Vermaak.
So the result is that David Creel will step up for the Bulls and look to get their first points of the match. knocks it over for the Bulls. Gets those flags waving in the stands. And the Bulls are level.
Big improvement on the kicking display we saw a couple of weeks ago down in Cape Town. Much harder conditions. 2 out of 2 for the goal kickers, something they couldn't do in Cape Town.
All they needed was a little bit of rain. Yuri Matia. Great height on that restart. Stormers players getting under the ball. Ungara putting in a contest. Dan Duplessis trying to bring it in, which he does. But there's a knock on there.
Yeah, cleverly Bulls swapped Billy LaRue with Kanan Moody. The kick was shorter. Almost like the pod had to move back and go up for it. There, Kanan goes up for it. Billy swapped out with him. He's in the background. Good shot by Netling for sheer. And Kanan's down because of it. Love the fact that we're going with the middle kickoff and not just kicking it to the pod. Asking different questions.
They got well and truly rocked in that hit. New thing for sheer, unforgiving. Timing it perfectly as well. Let's hope that Kanan Moody is in good shape.
Yeah, it took an awkward blow there when he landed. As a defender, if you're Netlings for sheer shoes, your head's down, you're looking for the foot to touch the ground before you put the hit on him, which you did perfectly. You can't ask him to bail out when Kanan Moody knocks it on. Let's hope Kanan's all right.
He put in a big hit of his own a couple of weeks back, Kanan Moody. What goes around comes around. Salman Murat back and healthy. He'll be hoping to have a good run of form for the Stormers and to stay away from injury for as long as possible. Well, Kanan Moody is heading off of the field and Sergio Peterson has made his way on. Doesn't really appear that it would be an HIA, but maybe it is.
Can I put time back on?
Do one more.
Certainly looks like a head injury assessment for Kanan Moody. He's just gone through the protocol.
No, set up first.
So we have an opportunity to set another scrum. This time it'll be a Stormers feed.
Coach! Point! Sit! Gentlemen. All right. Let's sort this out for once and for all, okay? The ground is wet. It is muddy, it's slippery. Get your feet underneath yourself, everybody. Yep. It's going to be maximum effort from both teams to keep it up. There's the mark.
Well, if you're a member of the Front Row Club, today is your day.
Do not push down.
The contest at scrum time is going to be crucial.
I'll be a bit louder as well. Crouch! Fight! Sit! Keep it up! Keep it up steady!
Solid scrum again from the Stormers. Ungara waiting and will go again.
Stormers unlucky there. Again, so much more dynamic in the hit, not taking it. Ali Vermaak getting a little run on Volkulo. Unusual to see. Volkulo has been taking names, no matter who they are in the URC this year. Great intent from Netling Kushir as well from the get-go. Good signs for the Stormers.
I know the conditions is wet. I know, but you got to work both teams. You got to work hard on this, guys. Let's go. Keep that elbow up. Do not push down. Elbow up. Do not push down. Let's go. Sit!
Stefan Ungara stands ready to feed. The Bulls have a far better hit this time, and Wilco Low making meters. The Bulls win the penalty.
On call, just like he answered the call. We said he's been taking names all over the URC. Wilco Low does damage to Alistair Vermaak. Good intent, good battle from the Stormers. The Bulls have got a special weapon in that front three.
Veli Leroux finds touch. Getting after it there, the big man.
Set up square. Get your gap. No, I think you're putting your shoulder behind him. Set up square.
First line out of the evening. Always tricky in these conditions.
Corvus Visa the target. Things go awry.
Grab it.
The Stormers affect the turnover, avoiding setting another scrum in the process, and Similani looks to initiate a counter-attack. Advantage called over.
He's got it.
Another turnover here, but even Roar stays sharp to it and retains possession for the travelling side. Oh, that pass not on the mark, and Dan du Plessis sends it to a looping Yuri Mathieu. Untidy, knocked on.
Punish over. You're at the ball. Yeah.
Here's the turnover. Ben Jason Dixon over it. Flicks it through the legs.
Set up, let's go.
Dion Fourie not in a position to catch that, not expecting it. I think the error came early on judgment error by Ruben van Heerden to play it out the back, be direct if you're a Stormers fan, and also don't overplay in your own half. You made the turnover. Bulls lineup broke down, misunderstanding between the dummy jumper and the lifter. There's a good chance to make two passes and kick it long, put the pressure back on the Bulls, ask them to exit after having an attacking lineup. Didn't happen for the Stormers.
Crouch! Fight!
Stormers get a free kick out of this one.
Too early.
Not a bad result for the Stormers stop.
Good result. We're going to send it into the air now. Big chase needed. Stormers playing around with a hit. So aggressive in the first two, bit more passive. Picks up Wilco Low for going too early on the hit in that occasion. Not out.
Yuri Mathieu stings it to the centre field where Galant is waiting, one of the playmakers for the Stormers. He puts a chip over the top for himself to chase. Well fielded by Kriel. Had a whole pot of Stormers waiting for him. Papier fires back to Veli Leroux, who hangs it high. Not a lot of depth on that one. Mathieu's coming onto it. The Bulls disrupt enough, and Similani, isolated on the outside, sends one trickling downfield. A good chase on here, but a lot of Bulls in attendance. Veli Leroux, the steady head, marshals the situation, and Devin Williams' kick is compromised. The Stormers find themselves on the front foot with Similani. Similani almost breaking the line. Ungara, Mathieu, here's Galant. Grabbers one through for Roos to chase. Well fielded by Sergio Peterson, the former Stormer. And the counter-ruck strong again from the Stormers. This time they'll get nothing out of it.
Get back. Stein.
Papier with the pressure on, takes it on his own shoulders and finds touch.
Great transfer of the pressure by the Stormers, not the two options that you want from Warwick Galant. First, the chip kick down the middle, kick it long, kick it into the 22. Create difficult opportunities, big chase line like Devin Williams, compromise, kicks it straight down the throat of Similani. What a carry that was. And then second bad kick in the set. Hold on to the ball. You're in the 22. You've done the hard work, Warwick Galant. Set up a phase, get your forwards to get over the gain line. Ask some good, tough questions about the Bulls.
Ali Vermaak, loose head prop for the Stormers, communicates the call to Joseph Dweba. Dweber feeds. Ben Jason Dixon receives. Here comes Dweber on the loop.
No, you're off now. You're off now.
He takes some stopping.
Leg advantage.
Unger has been compromised as a penalty advantage. The Stormers will have a chance to try something with a touch of flourish here.
Number 13 blue offside as well.
Ben Jason Dixon, one of the try scorers in their last meeting.
Yeah, but you can't affect the 9. You've got 2 options. Offside or the breakdown penalty. This one here.
The scrum half is a protected species.
Offside number 13.
Stormers had 2 penalties to pick from. One was the breakdown
out of the way as well.
Against Marco van Staden. Just making a nuisance with himself. He can put his foot on that ball, try and hook it back. Can't touch the number 9, and then offside penalty straight off the back of that, which is in a better kickable position. Stormers opted for the second option.
Yuri Mantia. Another easy one for the Stormers, number 10. He obliges with another 3 points for the Stormers, and they take the lead back. And getting the backline moves going is going to be a struggle today. But as these players negotiate the conditions, perhaps we'll see more from the backline players. Right now, it's a forwards day, especially those front rankers. 2 penalties so far at scrum time for the Bulls. Creel with a deep restart, again falling on Similani. And Ungara immediately clearing the Stormers' lines, finding a decent touch under the conditions.
Yeah, nice and simple. Bulls going deep. Chase line's not particularly aggressive. Gives Ungara a chance to pick the ball up from Similani, find a decent touch.
All right, Bulls, let's go, Reinhard, let's go.
Grobbelaar, a bit of a trip from Corbus Visa. It didn't look good from the start, and Joseph Dweber has some space to run into. Chopped down by Villiers.
Very advantage. Stop talking to the reflector. Really, I understand your plead and everything. That is quite a cynical offence. You're on the ground, playing the ball. I know, but you're never onside. It's a yellow card.
Quite harsh. Gets Villy for professional foul. How brave was he on the tackle? Dweber getting the legs pumping straight at Villy. Goes loud, chops him down, never gets back on side, and then kills the ball. Deemed to be a yellow card offence. Too complicated at line-out time for the Bulls. Second line-out where there was multiple dummies. Compare that to the Stormers straight up prime ball option. Much simpler in these conditions. You saw Corbus Visa have a slip. There he goes. Doesn't go up. And here it all plays up. How brave is this from Villy? Not known for his tackling prowess, never onside, and then does a professional foul. On reflection, probably fair enough.
Let's be sharp now, Sean.
Plays with his heart in his sleeve, does Villiers, the 2-time World Cup winner.
Just like them, let's go, please.
What an opportunity this represents for the Stormers. Just outside the 5-meter line, 15 against 14.
He knows it's wet, so he's come quicker for the ball.
It all starts with the line out. Ben Jason Dixon the target again. This time the Stormers set that rolling maul, but right now it's rolling in the wrong direction. Dweber staying tucked in. He keeps believing, and the Stormers add numbers to the maul. Now they're heading for the corner. An illegal collapse. Penalty advantage. Yuri Mantia sends it long with the crossfield kick. It's accurate as well for Zas. Always dangerous, the left wing of the Stormers. They're isolated now, a number of balls in attendance.
Taking the ball. Can't kick the ball in the ruck. No, sorry. That was not advantage. Black to ground there, not advantage.
As the rain comes down, can't kick the ball through the ruck. You can hook it back to your own goal line like Barkov and Staden tried before touching number 9, Ungerer. Previous penalty offence. If you're the Stormers, you're going for touch. Got decent reward for them all. Also, 14 men. Bulls will defend with Nizam Kar covering fly half.
The dedication of our Supersport team. Come rain, come shine. I will stay in position. So another big chance for the Stormers. Opposite side of the field now.
Yep.
This time it's Ruben van Heerden who goes up to claim the ball. Bit more dynamic, this rolling ball this time, but they're in control still and heading for the try line. Do the Bulls have enough to stop them? The defenders reloading and getting into position. Slow ball to be produced for Ungerer. Scrum to the Bulls.
Player short, clearly short of the goal line.
And there's a bit of feeling, nothing wrong with that. Been involved in one or two of those up here over the years. Not in weather like this. We played in the winter, not in the summer.
Black to ground, short. Turnover, unplayable.
Great intensity by the Stormers. Dion Free had the ball in the end.
Let's set up, let's go.
They do the little front maul, almost like a little shift. Nizam Kar actually swapped out with Johan Grobler. He was doing the hooker position. Right. Bulls were lucky that the Stormers didn't get that one over the line. Lovely intensity about this. Big exit play for the Bulls. See if their scrum can do some more damage.
Just over 5 minutes left on the yellow card for Voli Leroux while we wait for the forwards to prepare for this scrum.
That's it, they're ready, let's go.
Which of course the Bulls will be eager to dominate again. They wouldn't mind getting their third scrum penalty right here on their own 5 meter line.
Coach! Bye! Sit!
Papier feeds. And the Bulls get their third penalty.
That side.
Well, you seem to have cracked them into action, Skulk, with your words after that first scrum.
I know, I should have kept quiet. Again, assistant referee decision. On the opposite side, best kind of exit from a defensive scrum is a penalty.
Devin Williams, who can send them long, finds touch in between the 22 and the 10 meter line.
See what Ellie wanted to do, Alistair Vermaak. Trying to get a tiny little angle on Volkulo, put him under pressure. Lost his hips, knee went down, correct penalty.
Grobler feeds the line out. Corbus Visa claims it this time, a successful one from the Bulls, trying to stay on their feet and keep rolling forward. Approaching the halfway line, Nizam Kar in at first receiver. In the absence of Vili Leroux, the number 8.
Ustein!
Ambrose Papier under tremendous pressure sends it high. Great kick from the number 9. Gelant tidies up the bouncing ball, holds on to it for the moment. Stedman Gans is hunting him. Gelant keeps his feet long enough to get a little help from his friends.
He's clearly out of the way. He's clearly out of the way. Holding on. No chat now. Penalty. No. Penalty. Let's go. No.
Great pressure by the Bulls. Started with the maul.
No.
That's what coaches like to see. Not too long ago, defensive scrum, 5 meters, get a scrum penalty. The maul does the damage. The ball goes in there. I thought Warwick Gelant did really well to buy some time for his players to get around him.
Yeah. Was checking everything.
Still not good enough. Stedman Gans didn't let him go. Good tackle fight. Turnover happens. And here's a chance for the Bulls. Salman Murat on the foot, on the charge down, on the follow through, collecting Ambrose Papi. There's nothing wrong with that.
Spoken like a true loose forward.
Okay.
Creel. Clean strike on that ball, puts another 3 on the board.
Salman, listen to me first. I spoke to you before the game. Too many voices.
On the balance of the first 25 minutes.
It's going to happen and continue. We're going to deal with it, okay?
If you look at the scoreboard, 6-all. Bulls will be the ones who's most relieved. Stormers at most of the play, most of the 22 entries, most of the chances, most of the dominance.
Blue Bulls player without the ball there.
Yuri Mathieu prepares to get us back underway.
Yeah.
Bulls have set up Sergio Peterson this time, slap bang in the middle for the middle kickoff.
Not as much height on that one from Yuri Mathieu. Van Heerden all the same under huge pressure.
Good tackle technique. Huge time.
There's no lack of aggression from the DHL Stormers coming into this one. Papier sends one extremely high. Not as much depth as you might have liked to have his Bulls players running onto that one as it landed. And Ben Loader gets up and presents the ball well under the pressure from the counter-ruck of the Bulls, who get it back now through Van Staden. The Bulls on the front foot. Steenkamp with a powerful run. Another penalty advantage to the Bulls here. Papier sends it away for Creel. The kick is quality, but there's a player in position for the Stormers.
Offside, number 3 black. Offside.
It's a nights like these where your open siders come alive. Just chasing lost causes. Chase anything. Be like the dog chasing the plastic packet on the field. Marco van Staden first bounce, gets into the open sider's hands. Unbelievable carry, great work rate.
The tackle there was no foul play. Ball carrier and tackle was good.
No question in today's conditions, when there's an opportunity to go for the posts, it's being taken.
Well, I was happy with the counterattack there.
That's just offside penalty. Not getting back on side in time. Quick ball off the back of Marco van Staden's powerful carry.
After this kick, we should see Willie Leroux coming back onto the field. Creel. Another successful effort from the Bulls. Number 12 today, the versatile utility back for the side from Pretoria, puts the Bulls into the lead. There is the general for the home side. The Vodacom Bulls welcome back their fly-off, Willie Leroux. Yuri Mathieu gets good height on that again. Ungara under the ball, the pressure on the Bulls, too much to handle. That was backwards from the Stormers, so it's a scrum to the Bulls.
That was from a black hand for me. Marius will confirm.
Mentioned before the previous kickoff, Sergio Peterson was taking the place that Willie once occupied. He's good in there, exceptional in there. I think there can be more protection for that middle kickoff. There's a pot right in front of them for the Bulls. Make a nuisance of yourself, get back, run with the ball. Don't give the Stormers players a one-on-one.
I can chase the other team.
Bulls and Stormers fans sharing umbrellas. There's a lot of feeling in this derby, a lot of camaraderie as well.
Yeah, block seat.
Paul, I know where I would have watched this game. I would have had tickets, but I would be in my home comforts right now. Brian on the side, beverage in hand.
Hit in the gap. Bind! Sit! Steady! Keep it up!
Ambrose Papier feeds a dominant bull scrum. Nizam Kar picks up from the base. No penalty coming on the back of this one for the home team. Using the hands, Willie the Roux almost got away. Compromised ball for Kar.
Take it out! No hands! Leave it!
Deals with the situation.
Houston!
And Ambrose Papier shaping his body up to send another one high. In fact, this time he sends it to his fly, Willie the Roux, and that's an errant kick. Sergio Peterson looking to make it good. How about that from Sergio? Taking it as he went to ground, making sure that the Stormers didn't get a put into the scrum. Wilco, though, being manhandled.
Houston!
Ambrose Papier drags it to the back of the ruck and does send it high this time. A challenging one for the Stormers to deal with. Ben Loader under the ball. Times it perfectly. Sends Sergio Peterson reeling backwards. The ruck work from the Bulls has proven to be just as strong as that from the Stormers. Here's Salman Murat, who's had a dominant start to the game.
Get on blue! He's fine.
Van Heerden almost trapped in a compromised position. Ungara under pressure. He gets it away. Well, no quarter is being asked or given at ruck time. After this, Leolan Zas, he's alone under the ball, and he takes it well for the Stormers. Offloads as well in the challenge. And Van Heerden carries the cause forward. Ungara, back to Mathieu, back to the boot. Loaders under this, as is Sergio Peterson. A great contest. It falls for Roos. Evan Roos dropping shoulder. Ungara plays a narrow blind side. Ben Loader backs himself in the physical contest. Can he keep himself in field?
Good sequence of play for the Stormers, winning the contestable. Ben Loader super strong in there, strong staying on his feet. Unfortunately going into touch. Evan Roos, we don't often get that opportunity. Ambrose Papier right in front. Big man versus little man. He sat him down beautifully in the middle of the field. So there's a criticism of the Bulls kicking game. Don't go through number 10, go through number 9, get into your kicking shape. Get Sergio to have the one-on-one, or Kane and Moody if he does return to the field.
Open up a bit.
Grobelaar, he's line out under pressure.
Backwards.
Salman Murat keen for the contest. And the Stormers have compromised the Bulls line out enough to win back possession. Ungara away to Murat. He is not shying away from the responsibility of the carry today. Here's Dan du Plessis. Fighting his way to ground eventually. They're in the red zone here, the Stormers. Can they convert? Dweba. Evan Roos with the pick and go. Great momentum for the Stormers. They go again.
Advantage number 7 offside.
And the penalty advantage comes. What can they make of this? Here's Ungara. Mathieu. Dan du Plessis takes the ball. A diving catch.
No advantage. Number 7 offside. Number 7 never offside. Offside number 7. There he goes, Lee.
Offsides against Reinhard Ludwig. Captain, young captain, we might add.
But in the line of
Lineout's going awry for the Bulls. Stormers getting a lot of benefit off the back of that, diving on the loose ball. More patience needed in the 22 by the Stormers. They are dominant when they enter it. They get the penalty advantage. Go for the free play. In these conditions, you're almost better backing your pack of forwards to dominate up front. Dan du Plessis with the Marco Jansen catch at mid-wicket as the pass slipped out a little in front of him. How good were the Proteas today?
A victorious Proteas side, a successful Yuri Mathieu kick, and the Stormers draw the scores level. And what is a fierce battle here at Loftus Versfeld. Creel steps to the center spot of the field to launch another restart to this match. 9 points apiece. Creel, that's come off the side of the boot.
Option.
I mentioned before, core skills, lineouts for the Bulls.
What do you want?
Unforced
Option.
error by Creel. That
Scrum.
halfway line was saturated earlier. Can get a funny bounce out of it, but that came off what I would describe the bunion. There was the Binnerfoot torpedo straight into touch. No packer forward likes that one when it goes over the back of your head, straight into touch. Bull scrum's been dominant. Middle scrum, Stormers ball. Good tacking opportunity if they can get the ball away from the scrum, which they haven't been able to do.
So scrum time again. More weapons available to them in this derby than the last to the Stormers. Neerthing for Sheer back in action, Ali for Mark in the number 1, and Frans Malherbe. Brock Harris on the bench with Andre Higo Venter.
Bye. Sit.
Pressure building at scrum time. The Stormers clear to Dan du Plessis. Takes his man on. Tackle made by Willie le Roux, and once again the Bulls come flooding into the breakdown. This time it's a Stormers penalty.
Second penalty conceded for kicking the ball through the ruck. Great counter-ruck. Stormers' first phase play sort of broke down. It was sort of a flat three-pronged approach, looking for the soft ball inside-outside. Dan tried to bounce outside of the defender, which I think was Willie le Roux. Counter-ruck was good. You can hook it back to your own goal line. Can't kick it forward. Big decision in this kind of weather for Yuri Mathieu.
Plenty of responsibility on the young man's shoulders. Ironically, for the conditions today, his nickname is Sunshine.
Thanks.
So it's got to be about 50 meters plus on the angle, Yuri Mathieu. Gets a good strike on it. Goes dipping under the crossbar. Fielded by his opposite number. He responds in kind, sent it long. Ungara wasting no time, getting the game restarted with the quick throw in. Ungara will chase after Mathieu's kick. Willie le Roux under it. Ungara's great contest. Once more the Bulls are compromised by the accurate high kicking of the Stormers. And this time Dion Fourie protects the breakdown effectively. Ungara, Mathieu. Got 2 forwards in attendance. He finds Dweba. Will go low. Standing strong.
You have to release him, he's tackled. You have to release him. Then you get your player to get an advantage over the ruck. You can't continue pulling him if he's on the ground.
Another technical penalty there. Vokulo, tackle was called, have to release, can't keep on pulling Joseph Dweba back. Great tackle fight by him. They're firing up there. There's a bit of argy-bargy every now and then. Yuri Mathieu, another big opportunity, another big kick. Previous one was on the angle, maybe a little bit longer. Here we go. Tackle called right there. Keep on pulling him. Modern day rugby, you've got to release him first. Then have another dip of him. Joseph Dweba take exception to it. So does Kobus Wiese, who enters to do the pulver. A lot of reward out of the contestables for the Stormers.
Mathieu goes again. This one goes sailing through. Another 3 points for the Stormers. They lead 12-9. They are not short on support here at Loftus Versfeld. Maybe some of the Bulls went home, like you were suggesting, Skulk, when the rain came falling.
As always, if you're sitting at home, you do not understand how good that kick was. Conditions are so tough. I know we're at the Highveld, but it surely feels like a Cape Town winter day out there in Pretoria.
Galant fields the restart, sends it into touch. Stormers have clear directives, it would seem, from the kickoff returns. They want to get the ball out of their territory as quickly as possible.
I think it's got more to do where the Bulls kick it. They're going long left. Ungara is there, so too Warwick Gelant. They're not changing it up, you know, trying to get a set piece play. Unfortunately for them, the line-out has not functioned as it should. Stormers have a different approach. We're kicking it a contestable midfield, splitting the field, forcing the Bulls, if they do, which they haven't, if they do win one, they've got to set up multiple phases before they can exit.
So both sides not playing with their first choice fly-offs that they had to start the season. The Stormers down, of course, with Damian Willemse and Mani Lebok, who would probably be available for those duties. And on a day like today, Skulk, they'll be going for 3 points as often as possible, as has proven to be the case.
Field position is so important. You know, where you get the ball, territory, kick it, get the contestable up in the air, make a nuisance of yourself. Also no free exits. Discipline from the Bulls haven't been spot on this evening. I do think they must return to their kicks through 9 a little bit earlier, stop playing so deep in their own half. Lineup is where the area they need to improve the most. Let's see if they can get this one right.
Grobelaar feeds. This one's clean for the Bulls. Willie de Roo to Nizam Kar. Strong carry in the midfield. Papier over the top. Another one which is perhaps slightly too shallow. Ben Loader.
All backwards.
Making a good effort, but Sergio Peterson did oh so well. Then the knock-on comes from the Bulls.
Good play by the Bulls. Called for it just prior to that kick through on number 9. Set play. Nizam Kar, nice little carry straight in the midfield. Sergio Peterson, Reinhard Ludwig, tall man, and your best winger in the air, trying to isolate Ben Loader, which they did. Unfortunately, the follow-up player, the first bounce, was a knock-on.
Can we just please ask, if there's no injury, not to get the physio onto the field?
The nice thing about having such a powerful scrum is you get another bite at the cherry. Volkulo will be licking his chops.
Let's go set up.
Reinhard Ludwig, just 21 years of age, captaining the side, but he certainly has a strong leadership group around him. And Marco van Staden, he did look like he was limping after that challenge on the ground, and he may go limping off here. Now the 24 cap Springbok, the 2023 Rugby World Cup champ, product of Becker High.
Massive blow this. He's been good. He's been good in this first half. 39 minutes. We saw him down and back play just prior to this play. Doesn't look comfortable at all. Lower leg injury of some sort. You can see his frustration.
No problem. No, stop.
He's pausing for a moment to allow his replacement, I'm sure, to warm up and get onto the field.
Surely it's going to be Mpilo Gumede replacing him. Nizam Kar will move to open side.
So making a sub.
Here he comes out the tunnel.
Play was just inside quickly, yeah.
And it's ruin for Mark, replacing Marco van Staden as open side flanker, but there will be a reshuffle after this.
Cobus Wiese.
All right, we're good to go. Let's go.
Should be the first candidate.
I'll put time on when you guys are set.
Yep. Formerly a Stormer himself, Cobus Wiese. He can operate on the flank or at lock.
So you've got a back row of Wiese, Reinhard Ludwig. Eightman's duties still covered by Nizam Kar. Wouldn't be surprised defensively if he moves to open side, a little bit more mobile, a little more used to chasing the ball. Plays all around the backfield.
Sit!
The Bulls pack holding strong under the pressure and powering forward, but they give away the penalty this time.
Blue angle. On the angle. Blue angle. On the angle, blue.
Still trying to figure out who was on the angle.
And the Stormers, wisely so, saying enough is enough for the first 40 minutes. Yeri Matia taps before kicking into touch to ensure that with the hooter having sounded, the halftime whistle will be blown by referee Griffin Colby. Marco van Staden 8. So it all hangs in the balance now. It's going to be a fascinating second 40 minutes. That man, the captain of the Stormers, Salman Murat, has plenty of leadership to do. Reinhard Ludwig on the other side. A big job on the youngsters' hands. Creel sends it high, gets us back underway. Another deep kickoff from the Bulls. And the Stormers play it away with ball in hand. And Zas can't stay in field.
Change up, going from the deep left to the deep right, deep left. Stormers at easy exit options. Ungerer Warwick Geland finds Dan Creel, finds Daniel Du Plessis, by the way, releases Zas down the bottom, can't stay in touch. Good result for the Bulls.
Grobbelaar. The line-out's under pressure, simplified this time. They've got Vermaak as an option on the field now. Villeroux finds Gans in the midfield.
Just take the tackle, Morris.
Papier
was on the chest for me.
Changes the direction for Visa, who's always in the battle. The knock-on comes from Sebastian de Klerk. It's really rolling the dice, taking it at that speed off the ground.
Set play by the Bulls. Okay. Quite a wide strike. Then cutting back, change of direction, and then with Sebastian de Klerk trying to tighten up, trying to play straight through the middle. You often see this from New Zealand sides where they bring the winger off the wing, does a little pick and go. That tightens up every single player, sees a number in front of them, and they start picking, going straight through the guts. Unfortunately for the Bulls, early error in the set, not what they wanted.
Good to go. Yep, let's go. Stormers, Bulls.
So a chance to test themselves at scrum time again. Both of these sides, a lot of dominance shown from the Bulls in the first half.
And this is the unfortunate thing if you're a Stormers fan. Bulls knock on, Stormers under pressure at scrum time. We see it with the box so often. Dominance was apparent in that first half. Unlucky not to get a penalty just before halftime. I thought Volkulo. Let's see if the Stormers, Ali Vermaak, Joseph Dweber, Needling Fischer can survive this one. Channel 1 ball is the call. It's got to go in and out.
Crouch! Bye! Sit!
Paul de Vet onto the field for the Stormers at the half-time break. Steady set for the Stormers, that one. De Vet gets it away to Mathieu. Goes long with the kick over the head of Sergio Peterson. It's bouncing end over end. Will it go too long? It looks like it. Indeed it does. Over the dead ball line. Just not holding up on the soggy turf here at Loftus Versfeld.
The bounce of the rugby ball. Perfect execution. Channel 1 ball straight into Herschel. Herschel to Yuri Matthias. Space was there. Just the angle not acute enough. And what a net loss that is for the Stormers. Now they're defending a Bull scrum, not their ball. They're not in charge of getting the Channel 1. This can be a big turnaround in this match.
You can leave that stepping or just step over it.
Joseph Dweber gets some treatment. Just a quick shout out to all of the fans that stuck around for an hour and 15-minute delayed kickoff, and the rain continues to fall here in Pretoria.
The rain's getting harder and they're still here. It's a bit of a rave outside. There's a lot of Afrikaans treffers being played here. I'm a little bit out of my depth here, and I mentioned earlier where I would watch this game. My opinion hasn't changed.
We're fortunate to be safely undercover here. No need for umbrellas where we are, but the fans who are in the rain are singing in the rain today. Joseph Dweber headed for pastures anew come the end of this season. Not the only Stormer who's heading elsewhere. A couple of notable stories in the media as well for who the Bulls will be bringing in. But we'll confirm nothing for the moment. You can check your news feeds to see the rumour mill. So, Skalk, at scrum time, while the Stormers have been struggling in the first half, they do have some reinforcements on the bench that might change the paradigm.
And it's when do you roll the dice? When does Frans Malherbe, Brock Harris, Andre Ugevente come on? And will it be more even when they go up against Akker van der Merwe, Jan-Hendrik Wessels and Francois Klopper? You've got to feel that way because Wilkie's been the most dominant tight head in the comp. And this is made for attacking scrum. Middle scrum. As a defensive flanker, Dion Fourie, think Ben Jason Dixon. You've got to get off the back of that scrum, but you can't if you're going backwards. which in turn, I know it's difficult conditions, give you lovely options to attack. Billy LaRue's got a left foot. Not a bad play, is just to take it straight off the back of the penalty advantage, knock it down there, see if you get a lucky bounce, ask the Stormers to exit from 5 meters out.
Dweba back on his feet. Looks like his ankle may be compromised. See how he holds up in this scrum.
All right, time back on. Listen, crouch. Bite. Steady. Sit. He's doing it deliberately. I'm going to go on.
Well, Wilco Low engaging in the dark arts.
Both sides.
Making sure to complete his drive. Took him all the way over the top of the Stormers front row.
I'm going to continue. I'm going to go against you.
He got dominance eventually, you would say.
Let's go, set up.
Scrum just went down on the far side, nettling for Sheer Steenekamp.
Had his hand up just before engagement there. Almost looked like he was trying to signal referee Griffin Colby.
Right, stay. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
No go forward for the Bulls this time around. Zamkar keeping it at the back of the scrum, and Papier instructed to play. And away it goes to Devin Williams. Puts boot to ball, drives it into touch.
Stormers did well to survive that. Nearly the pressure came through. Referee told them to play it away. Ambrose Papier started at the back of the scrum. Got it to Devin. That's what I mean with the left boot. Dink it into the 22. Ask the Stormers to exit. You'll get another bite at the cherry.
There'll be a number of European sides that would relish these conditions when they came to play in Gauteng. But usually they have to play in the blistering sun. Joseph Dweba prepares to feed a lineout which has been functioning well thus far for the Stormers.
No contest, play on.
Oh, plenty of movement, brilliantly done. Ben Jason Dixon the target
right,
again.
No, wait, no.
Yuri Mattia looks to exit effectively, sends it high and long on to Sergio Peterson. And here is Devin Williams, the fleet-footed number 15. Had no chance to employ the feet that time. The counter-ruck from the Stormers, exemplary. And Dion Fourie comes breaking away.
There's no contest there.
Devet off to Murat, his captain. Duplessis to Matthias, Milani out to Galant. The last pass goes to ground. The cover defense was there.
It's all about the work rate post. Ben Jason Dixon post the line out. He was the line out jumper. Gets up, gets into the line.
Everybody
reloads,
relax.
gets on his
Relax.
feet.
I've got it.
Thought there might have been a tiny little knock on there between Dion Fourie and Ruben van Heerden as all open side flankers. Pick it off the back,
fine.
The ball's in front of you, get over the gain line.
So
Marco van Stana doing in the first half when he was still on the field.
Yeah, I think this is Corbus Visa.
Cleaned properly and his leg was connected and stuck in the wrong position.
Just got his legs folded up in that rack.
Not a crockle or any dangerous thing from Marius.
Oh boy.
I agree with you.
That looks like a hamstring.
Is he going to continue playing or can we make a sub? Thank you.
So another change in the back row. Mpilo Khumeda, we thought he was coming in for a straight replacement for Marco van Staden.
Right,
was not the case. And here we go. Just look at it. The leg gets folded underneath.
Line out. Nice line out.
And that is the most uncomfortable position. You often see it at breakdown. The right leg folds in behind Neethling Fisher with a clean. The other leg gets pulled up. Often when you do that, the hamstring goes pop straight off the bone. Unfortunately, I've been there before.
Goodness gracious. Wonderful line out from the Bulls as we get back underway. And we hope that Corvus Visa has a rapid recovery and that it's not too serious.
Yeah, he's through the middle.
Through the middle is the call. The Stormers are all over the place, but the penalty advantage comes in the end, and Willie the Roux.
Number 8. You are fine. Number 8, side entry. Number 8, side entry. No, number 8.
With that in mind, the number 10 for the Bulls sent the ball long, knowing that the penalty advantage was in the back pocket. One of a number of players schooled in the Western Cape, Willie the Roux, playing in the Bulls lineup today.
Yeah, but he didn't join on his own players. He went past his own players. He come from the
socks that he's wearing.
He has to rejoin his own players.
Are the property of Paul Roos.
Corvus Visa, obviously from Uppington. They do make them hard up there. And Evan Roos from Boisa. None of those schools I'm a fan of, by the way.
Yeah, I was wondering. A Paul Jim boy, of course, Skalkberger. The bitter rivals, Paul Boys High and Paul Jim, have the greatest schoolboy derby in the world every year. Another wonderful contest from the Stormers, compromising the ball for the Bulls. It's tidied up by Gumede.
Tackle out.
He's playing with a fire in his belly this season. Papier for Willie the Roux. Under huge pressure, advantage is over. It's up in the air and it's taken by Geland.
Tackle now, release.
Gets his knees to ground. De Vet away to Murat.
Not on the ball. No, it's off the leg.
De Vet away, good quick ball for him. And Mattia trying to catch Sergio Peterson out of position. Doesn't work the angle to perfection. Williams sends it long and safely into touch.
Good net gain for the Stormers there, actually. Just rolling it along the deck. Yuri Mattia just a little bit hasty in the way they kick it. A lot of pressure on Willie le Roux on his left foot. Almost better off playing it to an edge. Get on a 15, kick it through 9, set up your kicking platform perfectly, get your runners in place. We know Sergio Peterson is can be a Luke Skywalker if he wants to. Maybe not in this weather, but he can put the Stormers under pressure. Not the option to go through 10, I don't think.
Dweba. Oh yeah, the Stormers, they're pulling it all out of the locker today. Double dummy jumpers send it to the back, perfectly measured by Dweba, who in these conditions is on the money time and again at line-out time. De Vet off to Salman Murat. Looks to be enjoying these soggy conditions at Loftus Versfeld. Neethling Fisher behind the gain line. De Vet gets it away. Great aggression on the defensive line from the Bulls. Kriel has a go, can't get his hands on the ball. Simelane, a rare opportunity for the backs to play with ball in hand. Geland holds on and stays in field, but eventually sends it forward.
There's no advantage, there's no advantage. Lock on.
It's almost impossible for the back line today, Skulk.
Yeah, it is hard, but you got to just be more direct. Not too bad from the Stormers' backs, actually. Warwick Geland does so well to do the tackle fight. You could see he wants to offload it. This is not an offloading situation today. You've got to grind them down. You've got to keep the ball in play. He did so well. I thought he might go into touch, didn't. Obviously comes up with the area ultimately, but set up another ruck. Worst case scenario, you get your forwards to run on top of them. Maybe the Bulls have ill discipline. They haven't been the most disciplined tonight. Put them under pressure. Ask them the right questions. They do make the error. Next moment you go up 15 points to 9. Unfortunately for Warwick, trying to force the offload in these conditions is definitely a no-no.
Crouch! Bye! Sit!
No subs in the front row as yet. And the Bulls get another scrum penalty.
No, not fairly. You're going around. No, you guys are going around. Not doing anything fair. Going around like this.
Maitland-Fisher got for angle. It's a perfect scrum for the Tate to attack, providing Ali Vermaak's doing his job on Volkulo.
Yeah.
All happens on the far side. Maitland-Fisher on Steenekamp.
Gerard Steenekamp, according to the stats, the third best player in the Vodacom URC. Number 3 on that URC 100. Number 1, Oxenshire. Front rankers get a lot of love on that URC 100 list. 2-time number 1 was the recently retired Stephen Kitsoff.
Straight in.
Grobbelaar feeds, no contest, so the skew throw will go unpunished. Wilco low on the charge. A fearsome sight indeed. Papier plays it open side, and Willie the Roo looking for touch. It's direct.
Okay. What are you comfortable with? Okay, let's just go. We'll confirm. All right.
25,000 referees out there.
Yeah.
Bulls got lucky at line-out time. Volkulo ends up with it. Gets over the gain line, handles Dion Fourie. Gets dragged behind Volkulo like a trailer going on December holiday. Straight back to Willie Leroux. The kick was on, sort of came off the side of his boot, a little bit deeper, straighter into the 22 was called for.
Should I still delay play or not? Line's the middle, guys. Line is the middle.
So Grobbelaar's off the field. Just in the background, you may have seen Akke van der Merwe.
Line is off.
There is confirmation of the change. Skulk, were you a fan of these conditions in your day?
Not the biggest fan. Growing up in Cape Town, we did have to plan it a fair bit.
Yeah.
Went across to Saracens, and this became your daily work. I've got mild PTSD sitting here. Luckily, it's a lot warmer in Pretoria, but this is where you earn your keep if you go across as overseas professional. Thinking about December, January, February, March. And this, just when you think you've conquered it, you know, the beast of the East rolls in and you're back into it in April.
Oh, there's a gentleman who will be going into those conditions following the conclusion of this season. Ben Loader will be chasing his English dream, heading back overseas. Will be playing for Gloucester. Looked like it just bounced on the line, that ball. Salman Murat, what a match he's having. Dweber, short ball for Evan Roos. If he slips a tackle, there's real danger. De Vet over the top. Slightly flat, giving Sergio Peterson a chance to catch and mark.
Perfect set play by the Stormers. That's how you want to play it. Set up your kick through 9. Unfortunately, Paul De Vet, wrong kick. Went for the top spin. End over end. Should have gone the other way. Should have been a contestable 5 meters from it. Stormers go quickly. Evan Roos.
Roos in the open field. Sergio Peterson slips the tackle. And Evan Roos takes the Stormers beyond the halfway line.
Use 9.
De Vet sends it deep for Matier. Sees the pressure coming. Dummies the kick. Offloads before contact. Duplessis. De Vet.
No offside.
Stormers confident with ball in hand. Gans with the charge down. And what was that? Gelant almost popped it. All's well that ends well for the Stormers. Here's Gelant again. Always active, even in the midst of a tackle. Keeping the defenders guessing. De Vet shaping up to launch another one high, which he does. Ben Loader's after this. He's herring after it, and the pressure tells. Willie the Roo loses control, but does not knock it on. An illegal turnover attempt from the Stormers. They get their hands out of there just in time to satisfy referee Griffin Colby. They're truly winning the territorial battle in the first and the second half now. Papier takes the responsibility for the clearance. Not a lot of distance. Attacking line out for the Stormers. Playing the game in the right areas.
Position and territory in the right areas. Kicking through 9, kicking early in the set. Warwick Gelandet is all worried there. He passed it to himself, and here comes Frans Malherbe. Let's see if it makes any difference. John Dobson sitting next to us, rolling the dice.
Let's go,
getting
Stormers.
The unsung hero on. Lovely man is Frans Malherbe, loves a good time as well. Stormers playing the conditions well.
Neerling Forshia, such a soldier for the Stormers.
Makes
his way from the field. Dweba will continue his work. Great work at line-out, especially. Bulls are loaded up here, ready for the contest. Perfectly measured. Ivan Roos, the recipient. Dweba on the loop. Big strong hit from Nizam Kar. Does not back down in the challenge. Makes the tackle, forces the turnover. The kick goes long. It's skidding along the deck. Massive pressure on Mattia. Oh yeah! He dummies the kick and beats the first defender. Buying time for the Stormers to arrive. And eventually they go into touch.
Small margins, and with the rugby, knock on by Dweba. Good carry. Nizam Kar tackles him straight on the ball. Turnovers forced. Transition play. Don't underestimate getting it on the deck, getting it into the 22. Hiru Mattia, so much time with the first dummy. Should have just dropped it on the boot after this first dummy. Not enough time to do the second one. Net gain for the Bulls. Their first 22 entry in a long time. Let's see if they can make the Stormers pay. That's a lovely little football. It should have gone there.
Leonard Ludwig with a crucial tackle.
Wake up, Bishop.
What can the Bulls make of this? Akke van der Merwe. Perfect line out to Vermaak. The pass under pressure from Carr goes bouncing to Kriel. The ball's there for Papier. It's JF van Heeren. Carr. Good drive from the Bulls. Good quick ball as well. Billy the Roo fires a tough one under pressure. Knock on comes, but so does the turnover. And the Stormers will play on. Gelant somehow getting out of that tackle eventually, and here's Zas.
Players almost begging referee, blow the whistle. But you've got the ball, he said. He said blow it again. He said, but you still have the ball. Not good completion rate by the Bulls in the 22. Their first entry in a while. Just forcing that pass. Tough conditions. Devin Williams in no position to catch that. Not running into it. You've got to turn your shoulders towards the ball. Go fetch the ball with your hands in front of your chest. Especially in these conditions. So important. Small little details. Give you time on the ball.
All right, let's just move it.
Getting plenty of game time this season, Devin Williams. He's fought for his spot here on the Bulls, as did Sebastian de Klerk. Both coming from the same team, the Mpumalanga Pumas, after that sensational first ever Currie Cup victory a few years back. Exported some quality players around the country, including Willie Engelbrecht, who's on the bench for the Stormers today.
There's a gap. Ball! Sit!
Huge scrum. Frans Malherbe on the field for the Stormers now. There is the double World Cup winner, over 150 caps for the Stormers.
Don't put too much pressure on Bind, okay? Both players, don't put too much pressure on the Bind.
Springbok teammates, arm in arm.
All right, steady now. Crouch! Bind! Ball! Sit!
Huge penalty for the Vodacom Bulls.
Number 2, entitled, going down. Number 2 and tight it. Just going down. Collapse the scrum.
Reward again for the Bulls. Looking to go for touch. Big call.
Thank you.
Penalty against Joseph Dweba, judged there.
On the line, you guys.
The Bulls are backing themselves here.
Guys, just relax. Okay, we'll sort it out. Relax, guys. Relax.
This could be a game-changing call. Can they execute? Hakker van der Merwe. It starts with the line out. Van Heerden takes it clean.
Okay.
The sack was not acceptable. Assistant referee calling it out for Griffin Colby. There's a penalty advantage to the Bulls. Kriel. Good leg drive after the tackle. Papier for Carr. Papier again, not a lot of width for the Bulls. They just have Sergio Peterson waiting right on the wing. Billy LaRue sends an interesting one over the top.
In front of the kicker. In front of the kicker. It's a free kick. So your number 1 is standing on the receiver position, but he joins the line out before the throw is being thrown, okay? It's a free kick against you.
Well, not a penalty, but a free kick.
Free kick.
Free kick against Loosehead. All of a sudden it makes that free play by Billy LaRue look a little bit irresponsible. Also thought it was penalty advantage. Had no idea it was a short arm. A couple of seasons ago in this situation, the Bulls were exceptional with their little trick plays on the 5 meter.
Thank you.
Nice little intricate switches, changes of direction.
Go.
Carr with the tap. Fires it to Vermaak. Great go forward from the replacement block. Papier. The inside ball for Carr. The pick and go. It's getting ferocious right under the sticks. Steenekamp, the latest to have a go. At the line, they're over now! And they scored it first try of the match! It's a massive one for the Bulls. Ruan Vermaak.
And the gamble for going for touch pays off, even though it wasn't the way we expected it. Free kick. We haven't seen one of those plays for a long time. Nizam Carr plays a face ball in front, falls out the back. Ambrose Papier picks him on the inside ball that causes the damage, nearly goes in. Proper power by Vermaak to get over.
Should be a relatively simple kick for Kriel, who's going to take his time, milk that shot clock.
Say again. Thank you.
Kriel sends it high and handsome, straight through the sticks, and the Bulls take a 16 points to 12 lead. Vermaak.
He's on his way.
They have thrown the cat among the pigeons here. Stormers ran out of numbers. There was barely any resistance left for Ruan. So how will this affect the approach of the Stormers in these final 20 minutes?
They've been playing well. They've been nice and conservative, kicking through number 9. A lot of return on the aerial. Middle kickoff again. Billy LaRue under this one.
LaRue takes it well, and under pressure gets his clearance away. Gelant handles that one confidently, sends a bouncing ball straight into the welcoming arms of the captain, Reinhard Ludwig. Oh, and an offside against the Stormers as well.
Offside in front of kicker.
I guess I was about to answer, how do you go about clawing this deficit in and it's sticking to your guns? Hit it up in the midfield, get through, kick through your number 9, put them under pressure, hopefully you get something back, a reward, a knock on. That was certainly not according to plan by Warwick. The no-look kick in these conditions. Don't think it hit anywhere close to the middle of his foot. Reinhard Ludwig couldn't believe his luck when the ball bounced straight into his arms in the chase line. Here we go. Not on. It is definitely not on. And then unfortunately Ben Jason Dixon gets done for being offsides in front of the kicker, never retreating behind him, also not being put onside by Warwick Gelant.
Well, consecutive errors by the Stormers, and it's presented another chance to the Vodacom Bulls.
No contest.
Aka van der Merwe feeds Ruan for mark. What a substitute he's been. Van der Merwe gets away. Sergio Peterson can't hold on.
Two knocks. Ja, je kan.
Billy Engelbrecht on the field, taking exception to Nizam Kar.
Akker.
Not the most natural looking passing action there by Akker van der Merwe. Maybe a bicep or two got in the way. When you want to drop that little switch, you don't pass it up. As soon as you pass it up, the ball goes with you, it drags away. You pass it at the player's stomach. Nice and soft hands. The little flick up doesn't work there. Anyway, I prefer him tucking it on his shoulder and going route number one.
That's what he's best at.
It's quite loud in the stadium, okay? Listen, guys. Crouch! Bind! Sit!
The flags are still waving here in Loftus-Versfeld.
Down that side, we can't continue scrumming, it's dangerous. Down that side.
As the rain keeps teeming down here in Tshwane.
Okay.
Jan-Hendrik Wessels versus Frans Malherbe.
Yeah, I agree with you, but keep it elbow up.
Incredible versatility of Jan-Hendrik Wessels at his young age to play hooker and prop for the Vodacom Bulls.
And the Springboks for that matter.
Okay. Just remember to keep your break foot, okay?
Of course, at high school, at Grey High, he almost played wherever he wanted. So mobile he was. Could slot in at lock, play in the front row.
Crouch! Relax. Bind! Sit!
Another product of Paul Boys High. Feeds the scrum. De Vet gets it away and sends it to Dan Duplessis. A hard charging line from the inside centre. De Vet under pressure finds Mathieu. Clears the lines for the Stormers. Still got time, Skulk. Can they continue winning this match, or trying to win this match rather, by adding 3-on-3, or do they need to try?
It's hard to chase. It's hard to chase. Also, you've got to stick to your little structure. Warwick Gelant allowed them, the Bulls, a 22 entry by doing something out of structure. Kick it deep. Have the ball in front of your forwards. As it stands, Stormers have dominated territory and position so far in this game. It's leveling out. The Bulls have had a good last 5 minutes, predominantly off the back of penalties from scrum or penalties from mistakes by the Stormers. Bulls own their ascendancy. Don't overplay if you're the Bulls. Stick to your structures. Don't mind setting it up in the 22. Ask good questions of the Stormers back three.
Reinhard Ludwig palms it back onto the side of the home team. That's a strong hit on Sergio Peterson.
Use 9.
Combination of Matthieu and Engelbrecht looks spectacular.
Ruben van Heerden trying to make his presence felt. The Bulls secure ball and a new scrum half for the Bulls. Zach Berger puts a contestable one up for Sergio Peterson, who did well.
First knock of blue, second knock.
Then eventually the knock-ons came. It will be a scrum put into the Stormers.
I'm comfortable from blue first.
Don't mind it from the Bulls. No gain on set piece. Sergio Peterson got dealt, put on his back. Ruck ball is slow. Get to an edge, then put it through the boot, through number 9. Run for Mark. If his soft skills were a little bit better, they would have been in possession, bossing the ball.
Crouch! Fight! Sit!
Two refreshed front rows packed down for the scrum. No problem for the vet clearing that one from the base, and Matthias sends a central Gary Owen. Khalan trying to get a hand underneath that ball. Off the legs is the call. It's on now for Simelane. Simelane's after this one, and he's in for the Stormers. A bolt from the blue.
I was counted. Marius.
That's how he chased it in wet weather, isolating Sebastian de Klerk. 3-on-1, Warwick Khalan gets his hand to it. Might have to have a look if that was forward. How's the touch by Simelane off the shin, perfect weighting, enough gas to outstrip Stedman Gans. And just like that, the Stormers hit the front.
Yuri Mathieu adds the extra two.
If he's behind, kick it.
And the Stormers take the lead again. It's a 3-point game.
Time is off. Time is off.
And I think we're having a look at Warwick Khalan's intervention with that cross kick. Beautiful play, isolating Sebastian de Klerk, 3-on-1.
Just want to confirm, after the sinuous try, just want to clear if the player was behind the kick and if there was no knock-on leading up to the try. So sticking with on-field decision, just want to clear that.
Okay, Griffin, we don't have to check it. I can confirm that there's no clear knock-on and the player who scored was behind the kicker.
All right, thank you, Marius. All good.
Highly experienced TMO.
So, I asked the TMO to confirm. He was behind the kick. It's not clear and obvious, and there's no clear and obvious knock-on from the contest to the try. Yes.
Well, there was at one point a possibility that his future was in football. Unfortunately for us, he chose rugby union. And that touch from Simelane might have changed everything in this game. What a kickoff that is! Hugging the touchline, bouncing just in field from Creel.
He's already kicked one on the full. His heart would have been in the mouth. You're always building an extra bit of fat with that one. Jonathan Roche underneath that ball. So hard nowadays to catch that one. You can't just jump from the outside in, put your foot out and touch. It's the Bulls' ball. Not the worst option to let it go, especially so close to touch.
Pressure line out for Andre Hijo Venter to feed. Ruben van Heerden excellent in the air. And Mathieu, his boot entrusted to provide relief for the Stormers. Just keeping that in. Sebastian de Klerk beats the first tackle crucially from the Olenzas. Berger, Gumede. The Stormers have the bit between their teeth now. Slow ball for the Bulls and Zach Berger. Willie Leroux. He'll send one across field. Sergio Peterson is after this. Khalant's going to rise for it. Comes bouncing off the shoulder of Peterson. Taken in by the Stormers in the form of Dan Duplessis. They won't kick straight away. They play one away first.
Ball's out now.
Looked like Tiernison taking that one to the deck, and DeVet sends it over the top. Peterson's underneath this, juggles it somewhat. Oh, and Devin Williams with the knock-on. Another comes from the Stormers, but it's a net gain.
Quickly the momentum change in these type of games. Slippery, Sergio at all the time in the world, swirling ball. Takes his eyes, catches it a little bit too low on his arms. And that's the rugby ball, just skims away from Devin Williams. Can hear the footsteps though. It's great pressure by the Stormers. That always happens when you can hear them. You don't make them by yourself, you force the error. Stormers going for a good spell here, winning the small little battles.
Who's captain now?
Ex-captain.
Okay.
It's another nail biter for Jake White.
Just
1 point game in Cape Town.
He's got to make sure.
A game which they may well have lost were it not for a missed kick right at the death. But now the Stormers fans, who have stuck around in spite of the rain, thinking that they might just find joy right at the death here. But there's still plenty of time left in this fixture. And just one dropped ball can change things so quickly, as we just witnessed from the Stormers. And Simelane, who left the field right after scoring that try for the away side. And the young and impressive Johnny Roche on to replace him.
Crouch! 5, 4, 6.
Two props with over 150 caps on either side of the Stormers scrum. De Vet dummies left, goes right, finds Mathieu. He's backing a sidestep today. And Sergio Peterson sends his arm through in that tackle.
Yes, deliberate knock-on advantage.
Deliberate knock-on is the call.
Advantage for deliberate knock-on.
And De Vet fires it away. Here's Mathieu. Well, they rolled the dice on that one, knowing that they would have two bites of the cherry.
Number 23, deliberate knock-on.
Stormers have been consistent in going for goal through Yuri Mathieu, who's missed one of similar range early on, just underneath, on line. Such a big moment for him.
So what would your call be, Skulk?
We're going for goal, if you're a Stormers fan.
What are you doing? Time off. Yeah, what are you doing? You're wasting time. Let's go, if you're good, let's go. What are your balls? Balls.
The clock was stopped, wisely so, by Griffin Colby, making sure that Yuri Mathieu didn't eat up any more seconds than he possibly could.
Yeah, and you see those always revert to a penalty nowadays. You know as a defender what you're doing. If you float that left arm or your right arm, if it's the opposite side and you do make contact with the ball, it's going to be a penalty for deliberate knockdown.
Were this to be successful, it would be a 6-point game. The Bulls would need a converted try to take the lead. Yuri Mathieu. Unsuccessful in his efforts. The flags stay down. Still, it is 19 points to 16.
Behind you.
Well, usually in Gauteng it's a passing storm, but this rain has been falling for some time now. A gentle drizzle as compared to the conditions earlier. At the Bulls send it long. It's taken in by Evan Roos. Here's Mathieu.
Stop, Black!
Over the top for Ben Loader to chase. Underneath the ball, Vali the Roo. Very accustomed to that kind of pressure. Being a fullback for the Springboks, of course. Line out to the Stormers.
Okay.
Had a couple of pendulum swings in the second half.
Let's go, Fisher off, let's go.
Can the Stormers capitalize on the ball bouncing their way once or twice? Just outside the 22-meter line of their opposition.
Yeah, pivotal set for Stormers.
Let's wake up the shop.
Set completion is key.
Stolen away by the Bulls this time, and Zach Berger wastes no time in sending it long. Healthy strike on that kick, being chased back by a couple of Stormers. Ben Loader takes it in, and he'll kick himself. And that's a handy kick from the wing.
I thought he was about to get charged down. Set completion was the call. We didn't get it as Stormers fans. Zach Berger, great kick into the 22. Ben Loader, how well did he do to get 40 meters clearance on that?
That's Keegan Johannes onto the field for the Bulls, and Devin Williams is vacating the premises.
No contest.
Leroux looks to be hanging out in the fullback position.
Okay, leave it. The tackle now, leave it.
Zach Berger.
Play it, 9!
As we head for the final 5 minutes of the match.
Use it!
Execution crucial now. The Bulls keeping it tight. Even Roos had to go with the ball on the ground there unsuccessfully. Zach Berger under pressure. Can he place that ball behind him, or have the Stormers driven over? They give away the penalty. Gary Porter.
Good contest. Worst that you can do is concede the penalty in this stage of the game. You don't want to have field position. Zach Berger gets caught. Ruben van Heerden, Gary Porter had a go, missed it, had a second go.
Okay.
And you've got to be so accurate. You've got to get it first time. They're onto us as the referees at the breakdown.
Just wait until it's on the ground before making contact, yeah. Time is off.
A couple of players down getting treatment. Looked like Ruben van Heerden as he was trying to make a big hit on Zach Berger. Zach Berger just dropping that body height, and he ended up driving his knee into the replacement halfback for the Bulls. Everybody's back up on their feet, and we have a crucial line out to witness now. Akke van der Merwe.
No contest.
No contest from the Stormers. Taken in by Ruan Vermaak, the try scorer for the Bulls. And that's coming in straight from the side from Frans Malherbe. Akke van der Merwe keeps it in hand this time around. Here's Zach Berger. Away to Klopper. Brock Harris not taking a backward step. Zach Berger sends it to the left. Here's Akke van der Merwe, gets his hands through the tackle, and Reinhard Ludwig with a tremendous pickup. Then it's spilled by Sergio Peterson.
Number 18, side entry. Number 18, side entry, pushing the ball towards the line.
Ben Loderdown getting some treatment now.
Back-to-back penalties for the Stormers. Big kick. So important to get this deep into the 22. And set completion for the Bulls. They're getting one shot at it. Are they good enough to wrestle the lead away from the Stormers?
Suspense at Loftus Versfeld. Less than 3 minutes to play. Oh, that looked untidy. They've done well in the end. Vermaak claims it somehow, some way. J.F. van Heerden can't hold on to it, and Kriel tidies up. The counterattack from the Stormers is strong. Zach Berger under pressure again. Getting melted in the hit. The Bulls eventually secure possession through Stedman Gans. Here's Klopper. They've seen him coming twice.
Ball is out, ball is out.
3 points draw the scores level, but the Bulls obviously want more.
Leave it now, leave it!
Great competition at the breakdown from the Stormers. It's been a messy set from the Bulls.
No hands, leave it!
Stedman Gans fighting off the tacklers to get to ground. We're in the final 2 minutes now. Here's Akke van der Merwe.
Hello, Brock Harris.
So much experience in his final season, Brock Harris. Feasting while he can. Jan Hendrik Wessels, everybody's getting caught behind the gain line as the Stormers, they are rushing out of the blocks. Kriel.
Tackle out! Ball's available.
Confident in the carry. Here's Zach Berger. They're on the Stormers' 10-meter line now.
Step backwards,
ripping the tackle from De Vet, almost successful. But the angry warthog, Akke van der Merwe, gets in on the act. Even Roos reckons he's got it, and he does. Yes, he does. The Stormers coaching staff celebrate in the box next to us. That could be a pivotal play.
What a big play. It was a messy set, but the Bulls were patient. Stormers' intensity at the breakdown is what's slowing it down. Getting to Zach Berger often on the deck. Someone else has got to step in and play scrum half. Often in these big games, there's big moments. None's bigger than this. Evan Rus, great carry by Akker van der Merwe, survives the clean. Cleaner doesn't hit a target, tries to do the neck roll. Once you're fighting with hips, you've got no chance.
Well, the Paul boys product steals it away from the Paul Gym product and gives the Stormers a chance to shut this match down. One well-executed line-out should be enough. Andre Hijo Venter to feed. Excellent line-out. Van Heerden takes it down for the Stormers. They set the rolling maul, but they will not need it. De Vet fires the ball into touch, and the Stormers are successful. They win the North-South Derby in trying conditions. With the rain pouring down in Gauteng, they stuck to their guns, and they walk away with the W. There had to be a change of plans. The game was delayed, but they get the job done, Scala.
On the balance of the game, deserve it.